Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I'm sorry I've been off for a while now. I know I haven't uploaded in the last 2 weeks. Sometimes when life comes with problems, you got to solve the problems. You got to take care of that first. But we back here, back now, ready to talk about some One Piece.
One Piece は
And before we start talking about One Piece, have you guys seen throughout the Olympics that it was shown that One Piece is like a global thing? We have so many people that knows One Piece. We had a person in the Olympics who was posing like Frankie, and then we had somebody else in the Olympics that was posing like Luffy when he's about to do his Gear Second. And it's just real cool to see that how big One Piece is in the world and anime in general as well. And it was especially nice since it was in Tokyo and it was giving a little bit feedback or thumbs up to all the older manga-ists out there in the world. So it was just a very great to see. It was cool to see people doing those poses out there in the world. But guys, you know you're not here for that. What you're here for is me talking about some One Piece reviews. This chapter, you're gonna have 2 chapters since I have been off, but these 2 chapters were flat out fantastic, especially if you are a Robin fan. Robin was in her tool bag, like to say here at Road Talk. Without further ado, let's get into chapter 1020 and 1021 of One Piece. Let's go! Chapter 1020 starts off with Robin versus Black Maria. That is the title name for this chapter, guys. And like I told you before in the introduction, it is all about Robin. And we get to see Robin full at work here in this chapter. But first, before we get to all the Robin feats and all her cool things that she did throughout the chapters, we have to talk about what Oda gives us in the first couple pages of 1020. And that's none other than Yamato's Devil Fruit. It comes out to see that Yamato is a wolf devil fruit user, a mythical Makama. If I pronounced that right, hopefully I did, but it's a Makama. And what's really cool about the Makamas of the Japanese folklore and the legend behind it, most people, Americans, we do not we kind of fear wolves in a sense of a way, but in Japanese, they have a different custom about it. They planted a lot of crops when they were back in the early years of 1800s and 1700s or whatever time, this way back in ago, and they had a lot of rabbits, rodents that ate up all their crops. And what was special about the wolves to them was they defended from all those rodents. So none of their crops got damaged because they had so many wolves. So they looked up to wolves as a special being, or some say God or whatever. But they looked up to that as a mythical creature that protected them. And it does go more about the legend or the lore about it. And actually it shows that those Makama wolves are somebody that protects something from evildoers. So they come protect you when you're faced with evil, or just like a real superhero. Honestly, that's what I came to terms with it. And it just shows how Yamato is kind of like the same thing, which kind of gets me thinking that Yamato might not leave Wano. But if she is saying that she's older and everything, then she probably will still have to leave. But who knows that Yamato might not leave, because it says they protect Wano. And then especially what Kaido gives us in these chapters, saying I needed you to be here to protect Wano when I leave out. So it kind of feels like in some type of way she is olden. Kaido saying that I want you to stay. But at the end of their conversation, Yamato says no, I'm not gonna stay here, I'm going with Oda. So we just gotta see how that plays out. But that was a very cool mythical creature that Oda gave Yamato. And also too, we get to see this mythical creature at work. Yamato is not no Flaky, or she's not a foot soldier or any of his fathers. She can actually compete with Kaido. Don't believe Kaido was going all out on her, especially since he was just battling Luffy. It would be kind of nerve a little bit, but she was handled on his own. Like, she was doing her thing, so it was very good to see that. And if Yamato really joins the Straw Hat crew, jeez, like, who can stop that? That's the only people I could think of stopping that is Blackbeard. And Oda already said he is already working to the end of the game of One Piece. He wanted to finish up in 5 years, so maybe we will have that Blackbeard and Luffy already going at it right after this. So, because Yamato, Zoro, Jinbei, Sanji, and Robin. Oh, we didn't get to talk about Robin yet. So let's get back into the chapter a little bit more. And we start off Robin facing out with Black Maria. Black Maria is pulling all these dirty secrets at the very beginning of the fight. Everybody knows Robin's people that's close dear to her hearts. Of course, it's the Straw Hat crew, but it was also the people that died on her hometown island. And we get to see that her Professor Clover, her mother, and also Saul is there as well too. And reason why they are there is because some type of beat or some type of power that Black Maria has, that she can mix up, bring back your memories of people that you have close dear to your heart. And she's trying to trick Robin into believing those people are actually back alive, so she can, do some trickery and, have some type of advantage against Robin while she's distracted by these people that she call family and friends, that she can actually just go ahead and get a sneak punch in real quick.
Got him! Got him!
Quick. And very dirty from the very beginning, but have no fear, Robin was not falling for that at all. Robin is too smart. Robin has the probably highest IQ out of all of the Straw Hat crew. She's right there with Jinbei. They won't fall for that. And even Brook kind of thought at first, like, hey, Robin, you could have gave me a heads up that you wasn't falling for the trap. But she was like, hey, I had it already covered. I know what I was doing. And then Robin goes to work. For those people that was faking as Robin family and friends, she used attack on them called the Tres Mino Fresa. And that's a big giant hand coming slapping right in their face. And that broke them out of their fake illusion or shadow clone, maybe from Naruto, guys that watch Naruto. They broke them out of that state. And it was a one-hit quitter for all three of them. And after that, Black Maria went into attack. And what Black Maria did was she made the floor on fire, basically. And what Robin did in retaliation, she jumped up and had like a little spider web using her powers and grabbing Brook at the same time. That's when we started to have a conversation between Brook and Robin. Robin and Brook was talking about why the illusion did not work on Brook. And that's because Brook was on that boat for many of years, and he did that every day, thinking that his friends and was still alive on that ship. And I believe it was roughly around like 80 something years or 50 something years around that time. He had that whole crew that was with him, and he just kept on imagining over and over that it was still there. And he said after a while he just got used to it, and then he learned that it wasn't there anymore. So that's just kind of a sad story, and it shows that Brook really has a heart. He doesn't have a heart because he's a skeleton. But anyways, it just showed you that Brook did really have it was kind of sad moment for Brook when he did have that 50 years on a boat and not have none of his family or friends with him. So it's just real sad. And then we get to hear Robin get talked to by Black Maria, and Black Maria is saying that you guys are dreamists. Y'all will never beat Kaido. you should just turn yourself in right here, right now, so we can use your mind, because that's the only thing that any of your friends want from you on a Straw Hat cruise ship. And Brooke was like, hey, you going too far now. You better watch out, because Robin does not play. And then she was like, Sanji just use y'all as just to use you as a trap to get you back, to get you captured by me. And that's when we get to see one of Robin's new forms, and it was awesome to see. And next chapter we get to see that more in work. And the last couple pages we get to see that Luffy has been eating all of Law's food in the submarine, but it's still not enough. We also get to see that Momonosuke has reunited with Luffy at the exact same time at Port Togage. And we also get to see that Shinobu is asking the Law pirates, how did y'all hear this miracle? Like, how did y'all get the Luffy out of the water? And they were like, we don't know, we just heard a voice. And that's kind of foreshadowing of something big in the future. We don't know yet. It has to be the voice of all things, or some type of way that Luffy Joe Boy, one of those two things. And then we get to see that Momonosuke is feeling like a failure. He's just telling Luffy, that during the escape I could only watch that Kinemon and Kiku die. But Luffy is telling them, hey, stop crying, this is not the time for that. We still have a war to fight, and you are their leader, so they're gonna need you to be strong. And Shinobu, it kind of surprised me how she acted like this. She was just saying that, well, how you could be so harsh, but that boy is the leader. Even though he's a kid, but he is the leader of that whole country, so he can't be crying right now. He has to show some resolve and be the samurai as his mentor Kinemon and his father was. So I was just surprised that she wasn't on the same game as what Luffy, Luffy had understood. And that shows you a great ordeal by Luffy is training Momonosuke to become that leader. So it's going to show you a lot in the near future, how they work, because Luffy not only told him to get his act together, he said, I'm gonna need your help, and I'm gonna need your help. You're gonna have to be a dragon. You're gonna have to face your fears of heights and fly me back all the way up in the sky so I get to fight Kaido again. And that closes the chapter. Now let's get to chapter 1021 of One Piece. Like I told you guys in the introduction, once again, these chapters are all about Robin, because Robin was not done combating with Black Maria. And like last chapter, Black Maria was seeing a new form of Robin. And Robin's new form kind of reminds me if Luffy goes Gear 3rd and then actually also have additional arms with him and just growing out the ground. And she's using that to make some type of sea serpent snapdragon, and she's using that to attack the giant Black Maria. And it comes to find out, when she grabs Black Maria, her spider legs that she has is actually poisonous. So actually, anything that Robin used as her fake limbs, it does actually still goes back to her real body. And it kind of reminds me of, like the Matrix, how the Matrix, like if you die in the Matrix, it still will come back and you will die in the real world. It's kind of a little similar, that just came to my head. That's how it kind of reminds me of. And then we get to see the battle goes on a little bit more. And Black Maria, once again, is always trolling throughout the whole chapter. She just keeps telling how Robin, I'm not gonna show you no mercy, and she put on the brass knuckles and starts dwelling on Robin. And a lot of Robin fans did not like that. They was mad at their favorite girl getting hit like that. But have no fear whatsoever, because Robin was not there just to get hit like Sanji was and take all that beating. Robin had a plan, and we get to see that Robin had a flashback of when she was back with the Revolution Army. And when she was with the Revolution Army, we get to see that Luffy's brother Sabo and Koala and I'm sorry, I forgot the fishman name, but they wanted to teach her a new fighting attack so she could always be prepared in the future. They already knew that she was already a good fighter, but they wanted her to learn some new things. And Sabo was like, hey, I can teach you how to use my Ray-Go-Gun. I know I butchered that, but he was like, I can teach you that. But like I said, they had another fisherman. I'm sorry I forgot his name at the top of my head, but they had another fisherman, and guess what technique she decided to use? Fisherman karate. So the next page after she has a flashback, she uses a fish karate attack called the Tsushima, and it's all the fire that was on the ground in the previous chapter, like I told you about. She used that. She used the roof. She collapsed the roofs to come down on top of the fire and killed all the fire that was around on the ground. And Black Maria didn't see that coming. Black Maria thought it was going to be an attack against her, but it was none other to get the floor under control so she would be able to move. And then Robin shows it's probably one of the coolest, scariest transformation that we had so far. Is Robin turning, and everybody calls her the Demon Child, so she actually used that name really well because she became a Demonal Flora. I believe I pronounced that right, and it scared everybody, even Black Maria herself, and everybody was terrified of that thing. And Robin, none other, starts to wrestle with Black Maria giant self, and she gave her like a knee breaker, like she broke her back with her knee. Like Robin was not there for any games after that. She told Black Maria a little before that, like, I'm gonna finish this thing off quick, and yes, she did. But all that power does come with a great price, because Black Maria was defeated, but at the same time, that did take a lot out of Robin. It's kind of similar to when Luffy was on Gear 3rd, it took a lot out of him, and he went down to small stages of him. Or when Luffy went to Gear 4, he was completely KO'd for the rest of the for 10 minutes of a fight. And it just, Robin did have that as well. She just got very exhausted, but luckily she had a boy Brook there, and Brook and Robin is a great combination. I didn't know that was something I was looking forward to, but that was definitely something I was looking forward to see how they work together. It just it was a perfect Ivory and Bonnie type of thing, like one, and they kind of are still similar at the same time. It's just, it's really cool to see them attack like that. And before that too, I don't know about you guys, you tell me what you guys think when if you go back and look at the chapter, if you see Robin's attack called the Grand Jacuzzi Clutch, when she basically breaks the back of Black Maria, is that hockey? Because I'm not sure. And are those real wings, or is that just the hands that's made looking like wings like she usually do, just more scary looking? Because I want to know those two things, because I just want to know if her power can extend like that. Can she really make some things that's not actually on her body now? She can make actually wings and stuff, and it should use a hockey because she is covered in black at the moment. So, and if she used a hockey, like I told y'all before, if Luffy has Yamato, Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei, now with Robin, who is stopping that crew? And then you have Luffy that is a darn near Yonko level. Like, who is stopping that crew? That crew is powerful. And then we get to see that at the end of this chapter of 1021, we get to see that I forgot to mention in 1020 that Luffy was still wanting some more food, and we had a person that was watching the whole conversation, and that was Caribou. And 1021, we see Caribou gets back in the conversation. He gets in the conversation, and he saw that Luffy needed food. And if you know Caribou's power at that time, is he can absorb anything into his body, and his body can hold anything. So if you want to put a million of pennies in his stomach, it'd be able to absorb it and just store it in there, and then he can bring it back out. So that's what Caribou has done with food over a period of time. Caribou has a lot of food inside of him, and Luffy loves meat, and Luffy needs meat to get back in the fight, and Caribou gives Luffy a lot of meat to get him back in the fight. And it shows you that Caribou has a bottomless storage in his body. He can store as many things you want, but Luffy ate that all up. So that just goes to show you how much Luffy can eat in the whole One Piece world. And then we get to see the last kind of big news. I know you guys probably saw my picture a million times of when I put Momonosuke as an adult, and that's just because I've seen this foreshadowing before a while back. It's because I believe none other than Momonosuke, and especially since he said it on the chapter, he wants Shinobu to use her power, her age power, or I'm so sorry, right jutsu on Momonosuke to make Momonosuke an adult. But it is going to come to a side effect, because Momonosuke still will have the mind as a child, but he will have an adult body, more stronger body, but he will still have a mind as a child, and he won't always progress like that. So even when he's 30, he probably, if he gets to, I think 28, I believe that's the age that Yamato is, at the same age as him. So even if he gets to that age, he still will have the 8-year-old body. So even when he's 48, he'll have a 28-year-old mind. So it will come at a price, but he needs to do that to help Luffy by becoming even a bigger dragon, to get back onto Onishigima Island that's floating. And also, I don't think it's just for that. Everybody knows that Kaido has the power to also have things float above, float any heavy object or anything, really. And I believe also that Momonosuke will also have that ability too. And that's gonna be his legend, that before all those people were about to die from that big island falling on top of them, Momonosuke, another dragon, came in and stopped the island from falling on them. And they're gonna look up to him as the Wano protector. And so that ends the chapter of One Piece 1021. Guys, it was fun again. Sorry for talking so late, 2 weeks late with this project. I will get back into a good routine for you. Just stick with me and like the comments if you did. Please subscribe to the channel as well too, and just show some love. I really appreciate it. It really does mean a lot. All the love and support that you guys do out there in the world for me. Till the next time, see you. Peace.